Hi, I'm Yvonne from Pre Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to make this peephole card featuring the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper. I just thought I'd also show you some of the other cards that I've made using this paper. This is all made using the images from the paper. Here I've just used these Stylish Shapes circle dies to cut out some of the images, which are already partly coloured, and they are a nice black lined image. So that's just two of the cards. This one is another peephole card, which I did in a class today, and it's just a single peephole, so you can just see through the front layer. Again, sorry, showcasing the critters. Here is a nice little easy to make easel card. Here I've just cut straight along in between the images on my paper trimmer and then fussy cut around the tops of the images to make it a little bit different. And then this one, I've got a separate YouTube video showing you how to put it together, but I do sell my instructions for $10 and they are PDF instructions with photographs as well. And that's just a dance stage or a stage card that folds flat to go into your envelope. So they're just some of the ideas that and cards that I've made using the Zoo Crew paper just to showcase all the different creatures on it. So this one is what I'm going to show you today. It is a peephole or a double peephole card fold, because you can see through the front of the card and also through the back of the card. So I'm going to use our thick basic white cardstock. I've just got half of a sheet of an A4 piece, which is A4 by 10.5 centimetres. Then I've cut a mat of the lemon lime twist, which is 14.3 by 10 centimetres, and then a piece of the Zoo Crew paper, and that is 13.8 by 9.5 centimetres. Now to cut the circle out, I'm going to use the Stylish Shaped dies, and on my first card I actually used this one, which was just a wee bit too big for the word create that I put across it. So this time I'm going to use the second size. So I'm going to layer my two pieces together and cut two pieces at the same time. This time I'm going to make my little creature, the frog, because I don't want to put the circle all the way up here, so I'm just using this part, whereas on here the frog is up the top and I'll show you, the turtle was in a different part of the paper, so that was there. So I decided to cut out the turtle to use for my little feature. So I'll go ahead and die cut the two layers. Okay, so now the die cut's done, and it's actually cut through the Designer Series paper and the one layer of cardstock. So I'm just going to now put that over my card front, because I need to know where to line up the circle die to cut out the, whoops, I nearly lost my pencil, the next circle. So just a pencil line through there. And this time I'm going to just cut out, just lining that up, the one layer of cardstock. Right, so I'm back having cut out that front panel of cardstock, and then my other panels will layer over the top. I also then need to cut out the hole in the back of the card. So popping the front layer away, I'm going to put in a piece of copy paper, because I like to always have a piece of copy paper in my card to write, so I know where to write on, or I've got somewhere nice, especially if it's a dark card. So again, I'm marking a circle, pencil line. I'm going to put my die directly over that pencil line, and I'll take it over to the cut and emboss machine to cut that out. So back again, having cut the two layers out. Now it cut through the copy paper and the cardstock beautifully, and fingers crossed that all lines up pretty well, so it's all the way through. So now what I need to do is grab some window sheet. Now this circle measures just under 7 centimetres, so I've got a piece of window sheet which I need to adhere into there. Use my Stampin' Seal, and I just need a little bit just to hold the window sheet into place. So this is the inside of the card. That's it. And then a little bit of the Stamp and Seal. I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom just so that it holds it in place as well across the bottom. That'll do. And then, without getting my head in the video, I'm going to line that up over the top of the circle. And that is my back window done. Okay, now for the front window. So again, I've got another sheet of window sheeting, and that is 7.5 by 7.5. I'm just going to chuck the back out of the way so I don't risk spoiling it. Pop my window sheet over the top, and that gives me my nice layer. And then I'm going to adhere my Designer Series paper onto my mat. Now I like to use glue most of the time, but of course I can't use the glue on the window sheet, it won't stick nicely. Then just layer those together, and because I've used the glue, I've got a few moments that I can just play and get that perfectly in place. Got glue all over my fingers. And then I'm simply going to stick that onto the card front. A little bit more down the side there, and layering that over the top, that conceals then the window sheet. Happy with that. I do need to get the glue off my fingers. And then you can see that I've got a see-through hole in my entire card, and that gives you the double peephole. Then I need to finish off the card. So to do that, I'm going to bring in a piece of lemon lime twist. Now I've already put our adhesive sheet on the back, which makes this a sticker. The adhesive sheets are fabulous. They come in a pack of 12 pieces, and they are 6 inches by 12 inches tall, or about 15 centimetres by just over 30 centimetres tall. So I've popped that on the back of this piece, and I'm going to bring in my Wanted to Say dies. Now these are a great die set. I'm going to use the Happy Birthday. No, I'm not. I'm going to use the Celebrate, which are those bits, and I'll just bring in my sample book. I like to make up a sheet for my dies so that I can have easy reference, and I just usually do all the dies for all the shapes for all the different die sets that I've got, just to pop in a book. And so these are what you get in the Wanted to Say dies. Of course, you could use these separately. You could use them for glimmer paper. You've got the little gift down here, separate bow, some little heart stars, and a little flower. So I'm going to go back to my cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to cut these pieces out. I'm going to do the Celebrate, which is the sticker sheet, and then the backing just in white. Okay, now to bring in my cut out pieces. I need my pokey tool or my take your pick tool. Just turn that around so that I can put the spatula away and use the spiky end. The dies with Stampin' Up! Are really nice and easy to use. You have all the little holes in the dies that if you poke those through, that releases your die or your cardstock from your die. Nice and easy. If I don't drop it. And then get rid of all your little extra pieces. And then the easiest way to pop your little sticker down is, once you get the paper started, just do a little bit at a time. As I said, once you get the paper started, there we go. So I'm just going to release 1 or 2 letters at a time, just there. Keep the die in place, and then I can just slowly stick my sticker down onto the matching backing sheet. That's a little bit tricky just there, so just because it's so fine. So I'm just going to take all of that off, and then I can more easily and with a little bit of skill pop my Celebrate down. So then I want to pop that onto my circle, and I'm going to use a couple of glue dots for that. It's going to be a little bit, probably a little bit too big. So what I do with the glue dot is I just tap the edge, and then I just start to roll it on my spike, and then I can put just a tiny bit, I'll show you in a moment, I'll pull it up once I've done the second piece, just a tiny long skinny bit of the glue dot, but I have used the whole glue dot, which will actually give it a little bit of height as well. So you can just see there, I'm just sort of rolling it, but not rolling it onto the piercing tool. I've just rolled it off, and then I'm just going to add that to the edge of my cardstock. And I actually use my piercing tool spike to hold my work as well, because rather than tweezers, because then it makes it nice and easy. I've just got a little bit of the glue dot sticking out there, so I'm just going to poke that in, and then that is very easily stuck through the center of the circle. And you can see what I mean by the bigger circle was just a wee bit too big for the word Celebrate. Okay, so now I'm going to cut out my little frog, so I'll be back in a moment. All right, so I've just fussy cut my little frog, and you can see I actually leave a white border around the edge of the frog. That is because I can't cut perfectly along the black line, and then your eye sees the black line easily. Then I'm actually going to pop him up the top this time, and I've just stuck him on with a couple of glue dots. Then I've got the iridescent rhinestones, which are a clear, but I want to make them coloured, and I'm going to use my Lemon Lime Twist Blends, which is an alcohol marker, just to add a little bit of the green, because I don't have a green rhinestone. And this way I can use these and with my blends make any colour I desire. So pick up the rhinestone with my pokey tool or paper piercing tool, part of the take your pick tool, and then, oops, that just flicked onto my desk. I'll pick that up in a moment and pick up my rhinestones. They are a little bit tricky. And then just add my rhinestones to my work. The one that's flicked away has gone completely away from my desk, but I have got him. And a couple of little rhinestones, and then that finishes off my card. And then I need a matching envelope. Now, as I mentioned, I haven't bought this, or maybe I didn't. I haven't bought the stamp set and the dies for this paper. I just bought the paper. So I've used the Merry Melody embossing folder, and I've just embossed the back of my envelope because I always like to make a matching envelope for my card. So that is my take on the peephole or double peephole card fold or technique. All of the products that I've used in this video are currently available, and they are in the Stampin' Up! 2023 to 2024 catalogue. Thanks for watching.